Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah. Welcome to this 30-day Arabic intensive. Now, if you carry on through this course and you watch the 5 to 10 minute video every day, you will, by the end of the course, have a really good grasp of the Arabic language. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, how can you do that in just 30 days and only doing 5 to 10 minutes per day? Well, the reason why we can do that is because we've actually tried and tested this with a group of children and really got amazing results. So it's not theoretical, it's something that we've actually done. I'm going to explain in this video how it's going to work and why if you stick with it, you do the sheets, the exercises, you will see the results, inshallah. So where has this all come from? Well, first of all, let's see how you actually learn Arabic if you were in the Arab world. So what is the actual method that people use? Well, usually they go through the beginner book, which is something like Al-Ajrumiyya, is the most famous book. And that's like a beginner text. Even children will do something like this. Then they'll move on to something intermediate, like Sharh Qatr al-Nada by Ibn Hisham as an intermediate text. And then as an advanced text, they'll do something like Alfiyat ibn Malik. So that would be the way that you would do it if you were in the Arab world. If you were from the Asian subcontinent, you might have a different set of books. So you could start with something like Nahumir as a first level, and then you would do something like Hidayatul Nahu as an intermediate level, and then you would go on to something like Al-Kafiyah fin Nahu. So these would be the books that you would do if you were to do it in the traditional level. Now, where did this method come from and why have we developed this method? Well, first of all, we wanted to do something for non-Arab and Arab children, but living in the West. And what we found is that something like the Ajrumiyya or Nahumiyya is actually too advanced for your average Western child. Now, we run 3 different schools, and each one, like combined all together, there's about 500 or so children who learn Quran, particularly how to read the Quran, tajweed, memorization, Islamic studies on a weekly basis. And we wanted them to also learn Arabic. And we tried all sorts of different textbooks for children. And the issue that we found is that none of them really taught them grammar in a way that they could understand and was applicable and kept them motivated such that they got results. To do something like this with a child, they do need to be dedicated. It can be done, but they really need to be dedicated. But we wanted a method that really triggered their interest from an early stage so that they stick with it. And this is where this method has gone and where we got it from. So what's it based around? Well, these texts are too advanced. So we wanted to create a level below these text messages, below these textbooks, sorry. So like a level below the Ajrumiyya, a level below Nahumiyya. So that was our goal. So we're not creating anything new. In fact, we highly encourage that you study these books. But if you have children, you need a level that's below these. Otherwise, it just won't work. And because it's been an iterative process, we've tried things that didn't work. We went back to the drawing board and tried different things. We bought literally every Arabic textbook that we could find. And this is where this new method has come from. Now, we wanted a method as well that didn't just focus on handwriting and vocabulary. That's an easy thing you can do with children. Just teach them a lot of vocab and teach them how to write. And especially if they're Arabs and they speak Arabic at home, then they can get some progress. They can sort of translate what they're saying at home into written text, and they'll do a good job. A lot of Arab children will then sit the GCSE or A level. But what you find, and I find this consistently, is that often children, even if they've completed an A level in Arabic, their actual Arabic grammar is quite weak. So we wanted a method that, no, from day one, you're doing grammar. Now, this has been about 4 to 5 years of work. So this isn't some fresh course that we've tried. It's 4 to 5 years of work. And like I said, it's a tried and tested thing that we do day in, day out with children. And the children get really good results from as young as like 6 years old, children understanding grammar. So how do we use this, or how do we achieve this? We use a website called corpus.quran.com. Yeah, this is the website that we use. So everything we're coming through is based heavily on this website. Yeah. So how does this help? Well, on this website, what they have done is they have color coded the whole Quran based on the grammar. So essentially, by just teaching them what these things mean, what is a preposition, which is harf jar in Arabic, what is an ism, what does genitive mean, majroor, a proper noun, an adjective. By teaching them these concepts, they will then be able to understand the Quran using this website. And because they straight away understand ayahs from the Quran, it really keeps their interest really intrigued or spiked from the outset. such that children then have the motivation to keep going. So this is how we teach words, using this word-by-word color coding system. Now, with regards to phrases and sentences, we use another part of the website, which has this, what they call these tree banks that they use, yeah? So you can see here now, it's not just showing you what each word is doing, it's showing you what the role of each word is in that sentence. Okay, so it could be a phrase, like, for example, this would be like a sifa mawsuf is a phrase, or it could be the whole ayah, the whole sentence. So what role does each word play in that sentence? And then for verbs, you're looking at going into the verb, and you have all these details. You have the root letters, you have what tense it is, what form it is. You can see it's first person plural, imperfect verb. So if children understand what these things are, then they will be able to understand all sorts of ayahs. And what's happened over the years is that children have kept on doing this over and over again. It's got to critical mass where they really have an understanding of the Arabic language, but because they're reliant on the Corpus website, then they could do something like Ajrumiyya or Nahwumiyya or some similar book like that, where it just basically organizes what they've learned and puts things into different lists where they can memorize. So rather than just knowing this is a preposition, a harf jar because it says so on the website, they actually know that it is a harf jar because they've memorized all the prepositions, all the huruf al-jar. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is that this course is to teach you their color coding system. Yeah, so by the end of the 13 days, you'll understand the color coding system and you'll understand the terminology that's used on their website. So all you then need to do going on there from there is whatever ayah you're memorizing or you're reading, you can go in and you can understand what's the Arabic there and build that up. Because you're memorizing the ayah anyway, you don't need to memorize another set of lists. You just have memorized the ayah and you then understand the Arabic. And what we've seen is that what's really helped is that, and this is where really children get motivated, is particularly where a child is memorizing more than one juz'. So say they've done juz' amma, juz' tabarak, juz' qad sami'a, and they're getting stuck with ayahs. I've had many children come back to me and say, you know, even their teacher didn't necessarily know why something was the way it was, but they checked the grammar, they understood it. So rather than having to memorize every single word and every single ending of the word, especially the fatha kasra dhamma at the end, the zabr zay pesh at the end, they just know that that's the way it should be because they understand the grammar, and it's really satisfying for them, and that's what will then motivate them to then want to do like a proper a classical text. We'll focus a lot on examples from the Quran. That will keep you motivated because you'll understand now the grammar of Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. You'll understand the grammar of Qul Huwallahu Ahad. Yes, you'll feel highly motivated to keep going, inshallah. And then you'll eventually have the confidence, hopefully by the end of the 30 days, to do something like one of these texts, Al-Ajrumiyya or Nahwumiyya, inshallah. Okay, so what's required? You have to watch the video. Yeah, so it's a 30-day challenge. Each day, just watch one video. And because if you don't, you'll start to stack up and you just won't get motivated to do it. So small and consistent, small and often, yeah? That's the most beloved actions to Allah. So that's the beauty of doing small and often, and often. Then complete the Arabic sheets. That's really important that you complete the Arabic sheets so that you sort of consolidate what you've learned and you've and brought it together ultimately. And then share your work with whatever group you're in at the time of watching this video. Okay, so share the work, you'll get the motivation. We should all encourage each other, give each other validation that will encourage you to want to keep going, inshallah. And ultimately, if you have a child, get them involved in this process as well. If the child is age 6 and above, it can be done. Why? Because at age 6, children are learning a lot of English grammar. So actually, they'll be really good at this because they know the English grammar. Okay, so the best thing to do would be to get one of your children to get involved in the 30-day challenge. I've seen other parents do this with their children. It's worked really, really well. So they're like a team. Yeah. If they're under 6, there are some activities you can do with them that focus on writing, that focus on vocab, and that will sort of get them up to a stage where they can then do this course. But you get them involved from a really young age. So if they're below 6, especially if they can't hold a hand, that's when you can focus on vocab. Yeah. If they can start to use a pen, then you can get them to do Arabic writing. So that'd be really useful. So when they do this, they can actually write Arabic. Okay, inshallah. So this is the first video, kept to 5 to 10 minutes. Hope you're excited. really make that intention for the sake of Allah, inshallah. This isn't just Arabic, this is understanding Quran. Yeah, this is the key thing. We're going straight into ayahs of the Quran, inshallah. So I hope you're excited as I am to deliver this course, and I'll see you in the next video, inshallah. وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.